Crystal beating Southampton by 1-0 last Saturday, just one loss in their last 5 games, looking for back-to-back Premier League wins for the first time this season are Crystal Palace, but they're at West Ham, a team who've struggled to score goals in the Premier League this season, just 11 in total. Paqueta is back fit and starts for the Hammers, but in Europe, of course, West Ham in the Europa Conference League, 6 wins out of 6. First team to ever do that in the Europa Conference League, going great guns in Europe, that's for certain, finishing top of their group, but it's in the Premier League where things haven't been ideal. They're in 14th spot, 13 games played, 14 points, just 2 above that bottom 3 for the Hammers. Big London derby in the pouring rain in the company of former Hammers player Tony Gale and Andy Bishop.
These two go toe-to-toe. Both sides have scored in each of the last 10 meetings, and only once in those has the side that has scored. Difficult one for Fabianski.
Yeah, if he's going to hit it from this far, he's got to make it hit the surface.
As he steps up, and it is gathered in at the second attempt by Lucas.
Because it goes at such a velocity, doesn't it? There he gets it out of his feet, and look at this, right on the edge of the D, smack, right in the corner. What a strike. West Ham 1 up. From out of nowhere. They started so poorly.
Yes. Kehrer dispossessed, and it could prove costly here. Zaha fires Crystal Palace level. Well, he has been the threat, and it's a moment to forget for Thilo Kehrer. His mistake punished to the maximum by Wilfried Zaha.
Well, since he's come to the club, he's made so many mistakes, and really for a full international like he is, with so many experienced games under his belt, this is really a basic error. Look at that. Maybe it zipped in a bit quickly, wasn't it, from Dawson, but zipped in from Eze, and what a finish from Zaha. But Dawson thought about challenging him there, but he would have been off if he'd have challenged him. But that wasn't the best of balls out to Kehrer. It was on his weaker side, zipped in too quickly. Poor play by both defenders there, I would say. Dawson and then Kehrer. Kehrer should have done better with the ball in the end, but that's a great finish on the end of it.
And yet another example of why Wilfried Zaha, whose contract is up at the end of the season, is so important to Crystal Palace.
That's right.
Eze goes into an area of freedom here, steps inside and finds Jeffrey Schlupp, who's got options out to his left-hand side. Eze curling for the far corner, and he wasn't too far away, and it took a little nick on the way through.
I think Fabianski was beaten, he was rooted to the floor, comes to Eze, and that's what he likes to do, clear his feet quickly, get it on his right side, curl for the far corner. But there's that slight deflection. You could see the way Fabianski was looking there. He was just looking in hope that it was going to go wide, because he wasn't going to get near it. Gave him far too much of a laboured game for West Ham this afternoon.
Ayew turns away from Souček. Eze, who's getting on the ball more and more for Palace, into the penalty area, looking for that far corner. We had a good view of that from where we are, Tony. It looked as if it was always heading wide, but you could see what Elise was looking to do. Yeah,
it started curling, Andy, before, just as it went up past the post, I feel here. But for Eze on the left, curling with his right foot, Reed Elise on the right, curling with his left foot. Two extremely talented players, very similar actually. Both really silky players, aren't they? Glide across the floor, but they love curling balls for that far post.
Against teams that are in the current bottom 6 of the Premier League, they really have struggled to grind out victories against some of the more established, some of the higher performing teams in the division. Zaha rolls it left. Palace had a huge opportunity to get themselves in front there, but it escaped from Eze.
Great skill from Zaha. He just lets the ball run across his body, and does really Dawson here without touching the ball. Look, just lets it run across his body, sets up Eze, who stayed on side. Kehrer's come too tight across.
It's not a late twist in this game. Ayew. Again, Eze making his move in the middle, and it was only just kept out, deflected off Dawson. And West Ham having a bit of luck there.
Wasn't the best of balls, was it, from Ayew? But he fizzed it in. He's come off the heel of Craig Dawson. Gets his feet in a kind of a little bit of a mess here. He can't clear his feet. Ends up nearly going in on that near post. Fabianski does well to save it. Well, that would be a fitter player. Paquetá, we haven't seen the best of him for West Ham.
Bowen, he's just going to give Michail Antonio something to chase down here. The race is on and play continues. Bodies flooding into the box here for West Ham. Antonio, disappointing cross. Players had flooded forwards there, and now West Ham have left themselves open.
Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Zaha. Elise working it onto his left foot, and he wins it for Palace. A magnificent goal from Michael Elise, deep into stoppage time, and Crystal Palace are going to pick up their first away win of the season.
Well, they got that little bit of good fortune that maybe they deserve on the afternoon, but what was Michail Antonio doing at the other end? He made a great run, he got into a really good position, just simply gave the ball away. The ball should be coming in there, but he's delayed, just chips it into the arms of the keeper. A quick transference up the pitch. Waiter just throws it out. Palace are on the counter-attack, then all of a sudden, as it comes out to Elise on this right-hand side, you know what he's going to do. He's going to cut in on that left foot, but he's so good at it. I think it may have taken a deflection. Yeah, lovely little bit of a deflection in terms of it for Crystal Palace. Cresswell tries to get the block in. Little bit of a deflection, takes the loop and goes into the far corner. Not a lot Cresswell could have done about it, but I have to question what happened up the other end to allow the quick breakaway. But there's the deflection. Causes a lovely loop on the ball for Crystal Palace terms, and a poor bit of luck for West Ham, but it's surely got Palace the winner.
No.